Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kawai, and today we are back in small spaces decorating yet another small space. And our goal is to create an urban rainforest theme. So I decided to challenge myself to see if I could actually do something color drenched. We're gonna see how it goes. Let's get right into the video. So I actually did record for New York and Berlin. I decorated the two rooms that we unlocked after we did the first ones, but my footage did not come out. It just didn't come out well. So what happened was by doing those two rooms, we unlocked Tokyo, and I also bought a couple of extra packs. But like I said, I thought we should head to Tokyo just to see something new and different. So let's go. Kichijoji, 2 rooms, 52 square meters, 559 square feet for Ray. Ray moved to Tokyo to work as a technical artist in the gaming industry. He grew up in a smaller place and loves it here. From the thousands of ramen shops to the art scene to the cozy yet active, hard to define vibrancy of Tokyo. He thinks it'd be corny to call his apartment an oasis in the big city, but truly that's a bit how he feels about it. He loves nature and the idea of turning his simplistic flat into an urban rainforest. He likes modern minimalism, but also thinks that antique furniture can make a space feel more personal. He's excited he got this beautiful flat in Nakameguro. The neighborhood matches his vibe perfectly with its cozy cafes, curated boutiques, and a calm green atmosphere. So I did want to mention, I didn't have the music turned on last video, but the game does come with music. I turned it off last time because it was lagging and it made it nearly impossible to film, but we're good today. So this is the room for Ray, and as you can see, let's put some walls up. I want to make this his bedroom for sure, and I think this for the bathroom and this for the living room slash kitchen. Yeah. What I'm going to try to do first is something that I bought were some tiles and stones. So my goal is to see if I can color drench, but that's going to be, I don't know, challenging, I think. But that's what I wanted. I was like, let me try something different and new. I want to see if I can, whoops, not do that. I want to see if I can get some bricks that have color. Oh, I can do the drywall. Okay. Oh, please have a green. Okay, we have a green. This might be a little deeper of a green than I want. That's okay. I don't mind that. Let's do this light green. Let's actually come in. Okay, so what I did was I color drenched the walls to be all green. So we have a darker forest green in this living room slash kitchen area, and then I did green tiles all in this bathroom, and then this kind of lighter green for his bedroom. We're gonna start in his bedroom because I feel like I like working in closed spaces first. Keeping in mind that his door is right here, I want to get him a bed. We have to make sure that it has a green swatch, so I'm willing to sacrifice space if it means I have to look for the right color. I just wanted to do something different and fun. I feel like yes, I can decorate the spaces as they are, and I definitely will do that, but I wanted to also do like a color drenching thing. I'm not sure that's the green I'm looking for. I'm gonna go through a couple of beds and we'll be right back. So this was the bed that I decided on because I like that it's a darker green. What I want to do for this room, because Ray he works in the gaming industry, I did want to give him like a desk situation, but I'm trying to think of how I want his bed facing. I kind of don't mind this position. I think that's actually quite nice. So maybe I'll put him here. My thought is because one of his wishes is to have an urban jungle. So I thought that it could be in his bedroom. I just think your bedroom should be like your sanctuary. So I like the idea of him having a space that is just for himself. Like he closes that door and he gets to just chill and relax, and it's completely cozy for him. And yeah, I just like the idea of that. I do think it's going to be hard to totally color drench again because I haven't bought that many things and not everything has a swatch, like a color swatch, but I'm going to do my best. Whatever has a color swatch that is green, it's getting chosen. If not, I'll just do like a darker color wood, but like this isn't bad. In fact, we might choose this, but I'm wondering if I want to keep this. If I want to like double this as like a TV situation, because my thought is he works in the gaming industry. I wanted to put like a little station for him to test out his games and stuff. So I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it. And let's just move on to his urban jungle side. So I can't make this swatch green, but I'm gonna try to hopefully see that any chair has a color to it. If not, we're just gonna try. I'm not gonna stress over it, okay? I just want it to be close enough. If not completely color drenched green, we're gonna try our best to make it forest-like. So even if that means darker woods or browns, I'll live with that. I can live with that, but I'm not gonna stress myself out when I have a limited amount of stuff to choose from, for the time being anyway. I can't remember exactly what I bought. I think I bought cabinetry, tiles, and a lot of like wall and floor stuff, like coloring, but that might have been the only thing really. He's definitely gonna get a double computer situation, or double monitor situation rather. Let me know, by the way, how you all are liking the music, because I will keep it on if people are really vibing with it. Personally, I like it a lot. I was really upset that it was cutting in and out the last time that I was filming, but it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay, this is his desk situation. I really wanted to give him a desk. I also, before I start working on some of the plants, I want to give him, again, a place to watch TV, but I want to see if anything is green. Is that green? Is that a green color? I think it might be. It looks like a sagey green color. I don't know if I like that though. Like that doesn't go with that, so I don't know. But if that's the only thing that has color, I think this is the only thing that is green. But you know what? I think that would actually look better in the living room. So let me put a pin on that and see if there are any other cabinets or consoles that we can do. Okay, so what I did instead was I changed the dresser. Again, we're keeping this darker wood tone. I'm not going to stress out. I'm telling myself this over and over again so that I actually don't stress myself out by not like making exactly everything color drenched. But I'm not going to stress out because we don't have a lot of stuff. So I will give up some, you know, greenery if it means we still kind of have a forest vibe. So let's get him a controller. I'm gonna make it a little like turned around. I think my goal this time around is to really make the place feel a little more lived in. So like making it look like he's really living in this space. He's got cups and stuff here and there and things are not perfect. Is that green? Love that for me. But yeah, I think I just want to make it a little more lived in this time. I think that might be nice. So the next thing I'm thinking about are shelves. And I think because we are limited on color, I am going to keep it to this dark brown again. Maybe a light wood down here to kind of go with that. Let me see if I have something similar. Okay, yeah, I don't mind that. Just to kind of keep, like, have reasoning for that lighter wood there. Not that you have to have reasoning, but I like the idea of like maybe mixing wood intentionally. Now for plants. He wants a total of 8 plants. And as usual, I want to go overboard. I want to give him more plants than that. So I probably shouldn't put a plant next to the PS5, right? Yeah, that's a bad idea. It's probably going to overheat. So let me not put a plant by that, but let me get him some small plants up here and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I did for his urban jungle section. I put some plants up on the shelves and I also placed some art on the shelves as well, almost as if they're sitting on the shelf. And again, they're green, so we're in theme. The books are not perfectly green, but they are, I think, within this kind of rainforest-like color palette. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just gonna work on the other side of his bedroom and then I will show you all what we do. So I think for this bedside, I'm not sure if I can change a lot of the colors of the lamps and stuff. If that's the case, I actually might even give him more plants. Not really that white plant. Is this green? Okay, that has green to it. That's actually beautiful. So maybe that with this lamp. Can I change the color? I can change the color. Okay, it only changes the base, but you know what? I'll live with it. I might scale it down just a little bit. It's like kind of a big ass lamp. No? I'm gonna scale it down just a little bit. Maybe put the wall up so I can see if we can add anything to this side, so I wonder what extra stuff I can give him. This might be a really good time to look around and see what we've got. Maybe I can add even more green elements. I decided to put a rug in this room because, again, I want to ground the space and keep it even more green. And I think what I'm just going to do in this corner is size up a bunch of plants and give him more plants than he asked for, because this is going to be his section to take care of his plants. Let me not clip into the wall. BB.move objects is clearly on in this game. I'm gonna put this like kind of towards the back and just give him more plants, more plants. Okay, so this is the finished result. I gave Ray another little urban jungle area on the side, and then I just put this green painting right in the center. But this otherwise is his room. So here's his bed, a little space to, you know, chill out after a long day of work. And if he wants to, he can continue his work on this side. And I'm actually super happy with how this turned out. So let's tackle the bathroom next. Again, all of our closed spaces, and then I'll start thinking about how I want to do the open space layout, because I think that's the hardest for me. Okay, so now we have our bathroom, and I do not know. I haven't really looked at a lot of the pieces, not from any of the things that I've gotten, as well as like the things that exist. But let's see if we have color, because if we do, we're making these bad boys green. So this is a fun exercise to see if I can challenge myself a little bit. Again, if I don't have the colors, I'm not going to stress it. I'll just give him like a shower, for example, because I don't think I can make this green. So totally fine. We're going to give him a shower and a toilet. I think bathrooms are exciting when you have the pieces to play around with, making it look cool. Otherwise, it just, you know, bathrooms are kind of standard. So this is actually silver, but because I think everything in here is so green, it's kind of reflecting that color. So I am happy with that. I'm also going to put up a towel rack for him. No washer this time. Not everybody gets a washer, okay? He's going to have to go to a laundromat, and he gets it. He gets it. I wish I could change this color, and I can. Do I want it to be that green? That's the only green that I have, so I have no option, which is totally fine. For sinks, let's see. I don't think we get a lot of colors with our sinks. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep the sink as simple as possible. Anything that requires me to think too much, we're not gonna do it. So let me put that here. I'm gonna get us a mirror, maybe something nice and small. Okay, so all I did was I added a little toothbrush set, I think that's a soap dispenser, and it's in the color green, a brown rimmed mirror, and then this little cabinet thing that I think I found in the living section. My idea is just that he uses it for storage, like when he has towels and stuff like that, but I'm not going to put any towels on top just because we don't have the colors for them. So we're going to leave that to our imagination. But otherwise, I think this bathroom is done. One last thing I did want to add was a rug. I always like the idea of a rug outside of where you come out of the shower. Otherwise, on tile, yeah, you're busting your butt. I did this rug instead because it actually comes in like this almost sagey green color, which actually works perfectly, and it kind of works with the shape of the shower anyway. But anyway, this is our bathroom done. Let's head to the open space. Okay, so this is our living room slash kitchen. And I don't really know exactly how I want to position everything. I don't necessarily think I want his kitchen to be right outside of his bedroom. So I do kind of feel, I'm facing this way because I am kind of feeling like maybe it would make more sense to be this way, the kitchen to be this way rather. And I don't know, I think this might be it. I hope I can pick a green. Yes! And I don't know, let's just see, let's try. I don't know if I should put the fridge that close to the door. Okay, so we've got that. And now for cabinets, I don't know if these cabinets come in other colors, and they do. Yes, thank you so much. I think this is, oh my God, this is actually working out pretty well. I'm so glad I challenged myself. I almost didn't because I was like, I don't think I have the packs for it, but then I just thought, why not? You know, why not see? Because I think this is what makes games like this fun. Not that you can't have fun if you do it the other way around where you just use what is there, but I always like the idea of like just decorating in a new way. And this is for me quite new. So I actually kept it small because I feel like that's very realistic for a kitchen, and I'm gonna give him an electric stovetop, which I haven't done yet for anybody. Also, I have to show you guys something that I discovered while I was playing on my own, which is that the ovens don't have to go, you know, out here as they did in my last video, because they can just slot in here. And I don't know why I didn't figure that out, because I knew, you know, like part of me knew I wasn't doing it right, but at the same time I was like, this feels about right. So I just did it. But anyway, I figured out that, you know, ovens can go into the cabinets, or what are these? I don't know what these are called. Yes, they're cabinets, into the cabinets themselves. And I just didn't do it because I am simply who I am. All right, so the next thing we're gonna give him is a sink, and I'm just gonna put it flush up against the wall right here, and maybe give him like the smallest amount of decor, because we have a very tiny space, but I feel like that's quite realistic. Okay, so this is his little kitchen area. I just gave him a cutting board, some knives, the sink, oven, and stovetop that he asked for, a fridge, and not too much after that, really. I want to keep this as small and simple as possible. What I might do, and I don't know if this is something that is ever done. Oh, I didn't want to fill the whole room. What I might do, and I'm not sure if this is ever done, is I might want to do like the tiles cut out. I know this is done a lot in apartments in like New York and stuff. I see it all the time, but it's kind of like this. So one of the packs, why do I keep saying packs? One of the things that I bought with my stars were these panels, which I just love the idea of, mostly because panels allow a lot of space separation, a lot of room separation, or again, the idea of it. So I really wanted to get some panels, and I think I might do that here, just again to give a little idea of space. Again, we don't really have it. As you can see, it's like not perfect, but I still like it. I just like the idea of separating our spaces. So next thing I'm gonna move on to is his living room. He gets 2 TVs because he's just very special and lucky. So let me actually zoom out and see if we have any couches at all that have color to them. It doesn't look like it so far. Oh, that bothers me. I do want to give him a sofa, but will we be able to meet our challenge? If not, we'll just have to do the dark wood, which so far this seems like the only thing that has it. Okay, so I don't know what I want to do with the extra wish living room, because I of course want to give him that. I'm not sure if I want to put the couch back here or if I want to do the TV there. I'm leaning towards TV. I don't know why. I feel like it just makes a little more sense to do it that way. And again, we can use this. Again, the woods don't, or the greens don't go exactly, but I feel like we can make it work. I am going to surround it with plants. I don't know, okay? We're just vibing just to see how we like it. Once again, I'm gonna give him a PlayStation because he's big ballin', okay? It's his life. It's what he does for a living. It makes sense for him to have stuff like this lying around. And he's got multiple controllers. He is a gamer. He is not just somebody who works in the gaming industry. He's a gamer. Let's get all green. I didn't even think about that. Yes, I'm gonna go overboard with it, but I think we're good for now over here. Let's move on to a couch. There are not a lot of colors for couches, I will say. So what I think we can do, is that console crooked on the TV? It looks like it, right? Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, what we can do here, I feel like, is rather than having the couch all the way back here, I'm gonna have it a little bit more out here and then give him like an extra chair that we can hopefully swatch out in green. I know that one of them exists in this green color. I think it is just this one. So now is the choice between this green and this green. And I think for out here, I actually like the lighter green. It makes a little more sense, I feel like. I might have to move this back just a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna put a coffee table right here in the center and maybe a lamp here. Okay, so this is what I have for the living room so far. I gave him a small like love seat, this lamp because I just thought it went really well with the vibes, and this big armchair that is in the sage green color, which I am gonna move back just a little bit because it feels like we're in a tight space. and then this section over here. I'm not sure if I want to keep this TV console though. I don't think it necessarily goes with the rest of the room. So I might change that color to something darker. I think so. I think we have to change it to something darker because it just looks a little more in line with the room. Even though my point is to color drench, I also want the furniture to go with each other in a way, just to kind of make a little more sense space-wise. Okay, so that is the new TV cabinet situation. I also moved the controller from that area over to the desk again, and then I added a little cup, or not the desk, to the coffee table. And then I added a little cup again because I want this to feel very lived in. I think I'm just gonna add a couple of last touches and we'll be right back. Okay, so for some last finishing touches, I just added more plants, this big vase in the sage green color, and then these branches in green. And then I added, I believe, 2 little paintings over here. So that is the room for Ray, and I am actually super happy with it, but let me give you a tour and show you some final looks. Okay, so right when we walk in, this is the kitchen and this is what Ray's got going on. He asked for a stovetop, an oven, and a sink, and I gave that to him and just added in a couple of decorations again to make it look lived in. And then from that area, we have his living room, which I think is my favorite area in the whole house. So I gave him 2 TVs. He has another TV in his bedroom. Put some controllers around because, again, he works in the gaming industry. I imagine that he is always gaming. He loves to game. And I put some plants around, these green paintings back here. And then this is probably my favorite section, this little section right here with more plants, because I think, how many plants do we have in total? He has 24 plants. That is the dream. Next, we're going to go into the bathroom. So this is more or less what the bathroom looks like. Super standard. The green in here is really more or less the tiles and a little bit of the rug, but I'm very happy with the way this turned out. It's nice and simple. It's got everything that he needs. And now onto the bedroom. So the bedroom, I think, is my second favorite space. So this is what he sees. This is what Ray sees as soon as he wakes up. It is urban rainforest central, and I just really like the colors. I like the dark browns and the greens together and all the plants. And on this side where he actually sleeps, it's the same situation. And this is Ray's apartment overall, and I am actually super happy with this, except I'm gonna add one last painting and then we'll be right back. I think this one's pretty fine. This is like a little more yellow, but it's pretty green as well. So this is Ray's space, and I am so happy with that. All right, everyone. So that was another episode of Small Spaces, and we went to Tokyo this time and did our best to color drench. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. I hope you're all doing really well. Take care, everybody. Bye.